200,000.
Yeah.
The Daniel Davis Deep Dive Army has amassed to really quite a bit. We might even go marching on, I don't know, well, probably nothing, but still, that we started, folks. We just want to say thank you, by the way,
Oh,
because that's a milestone we have recently hit, and the only reason we hit it is because you guys have graced us with your confidence to continue to come back to the show, to join up, to keep coming watching shows.
yeah.
And listen, we don't want to just be talking about all the time about whatever is happening in the world today and giving our analysis. We want to make a conscious effort to stop and thank you guys for giving us the confidence to keep coming back to our show.
Yeah, indeed. Oh, it's been wonderful. You wouldn't believe how full our hearts are with what's going on. When we read the comments, we see how devoted you are to understanding and wanting to know, what's really going on. And it's hard to get to the bottom of things. We find it hard to get to the bottom of things. And sometimes we don't even reach the bottom, but we're trying. It's funny, when Danny and I first started, I was saying to Danny, we said to one another, says, we don't have this figured out. Certainly, Danny, I shouldn't even put myself in the same category. I mean, Danny's got the history and the knowledge and the experience. I'm like in the NFL box. We got the former NFL player, and then the other guy. I'm the other guy who just like provides the color, right? So Danny will give you all the tactical understanding and what all's going on underneath, and then I just flourish in with some color occasionally. But so anyway, what we were saying is that we so appreciate your enthusiasm that you've shown us. And believe me, we don't take it lightly. We see it, and we so appreciate it.
Yeah, and especially I'm glad we're starting to see some comments pop up here. And by the way, if you guys have any observations you want to make or anything, or any questions, even this is maybe a good time to do that. But especially, there's a number of you that show up nearly every show, or at least many of you do, and we notice you. We see it. We read your comments. You see, we'll pop them up on the screen from time to time because a lot of you guys. And by the way, some of the people who started off in the comment section end up on the show. We've actually had some people on the show who started off as just observers because we listen to you guys, and we find some, especially like Ian Puttick. He was one that just started off as somebody who's on the comments. Now he's the smartest man in London that we bring him on from time to time. Hey, Ian, if you're watching this. But listen, we also just want you to know that we value this because, and one of the reasons why we did this and why we're so gratified that so many people are joining here, because it gives us confidence and hope that there is still sanity out there, that people do resonate with the truth, even if it's something you don't like, because we have striven to show you what one side says, and we don't give them 5 or 6 second sound bites which can easily be manipulated. We usually make them 20, 30 seconds, 60 seconds sometimes, so you get to hear them say what they want in context of their comments. We'll give whatever interpretation we want, and then we'll give another side. And like with the Russia-Ukraine war, we get the Russian side, the Western side, the Ukrainian side, the American side. And in this Israel side, we've shown what the Iranians are saying, what the Israelis are saying, what some Americans are saying. So you get a chance to make your own mind. If you don't agree with our interpretation, and very oftentimes
they tell us.
You tell us. And that's what we like. That's what we want.
Yeah,
but
amen.
We want to be honest about it, and we try not to misconstrue anything anybody's saying. We can tell you we don't agree with them and why it is, and it's up to you whether you agree with it or not. But that seems to be resonating with people, as opposed to what seems to be so often the case on, especially on mainstream media, where they have an agenda and they will only put stuff in there that supports theirs. And if they do show the other side, which is rare, it's only to mock them, and they'll take something out of context to make them look stupid or something. So you don't actually know what they're thinking, and you enter into an echo chamber.
Danny, that's one of the reasons. I approached Danny with the whole idea of doing this, and that's one of the reasons why I approached him, because I knew Danny did not have an agenda. I met Danny, previously, about a year before we started the show, and I sensed that from him. And then I started to pay attention more to seeing him. And that's why I approached him, because he doesn't have an agenda. He does want to get to the bottom of things and get to the truth of things. And so I just wanted to say that's exactly why this ended up happening the way it has unfolded like that. And I want to say, one other thing, Danny, is that I've been in the media for most of my career, and I've worked with a lot of different the bigger companies in New York City and stuff. And so I've been around whatever journalists and people that do research. And I got to tell you guys, And I didn't know this before I started working with Danny, because there's some divas out there, right? I mean, you all know that they're more interested in their personalities and their egos, and getting that across. And you guys already know this. Danny is not like that. What you see on the show is who Danny is. He's not different when you get him off the camera. And so what I was saying is that he is one of the hardest working people I've ever seen. He is such a workhorse. So when we come to the show, and I know some people even comment like, thank you for the work that you do. There is work being done for sure, and Danny is relentless. Day or night. And I just want you to know that the reason why you end up seeing the programs that you see and the content that comes to the channel is because of, again, he's one of the hardest working people I've ever seen in my life, and I've been doing this most of my life. So, so I appreciate the work that Danny does too. He makes my job a little bit easier.
And because this is going to be a mutual admiration society, just so you guys know, I mean, we've been saying a lot, and you now see it. I mean, you see Gary on the screen a lot more than he didn't want it on the screen at all at first, but so many people are now demanding that Gary come in. Sometimes he comes off the bench even when it wasn't planned, because people like to hear what he has to say as well. And that's one thing I wanted to point out here, is that especially for some of you who may be new to the channel, this is a partnership. Gary doesn't work for me. It's not like, he's just like the guy who operates the controls. I mean, we are a genuine partner. We, just so you know, I don't know that we've even said this before, but basically we kind of divide the labor up every day. Gary has his own set of sources that he goes and scours every morning, because he works a lot harder than I do. I'll just tell you, he spends a lot more time preparing. I'll take a separate set of places so we don't redundant. We know kind of what we're going to do at the beginning of the day. We'll talk about, here's the topic we want to cover. Here's what's in the news, because we always want to stay relevant with what people care about and then put it in context. And so we'll put all that together. We'll get the sound bites we want to use. We'll get the headlines we want to put in to tell a story. And then we lay all that stuff out there, and we do that 2 and sometimes 3 times a day.
And that's the biggest thing we argue about when Danny and I get knocking heads, is when, what are we going to title this? What's the headline going to be? And he comes through with something, and I say, no, would you consider this? How about this? And he comes back. So we spend more time figuring out the headlines than anything else.
But
so that's where we knock heads.
Yeah, this is a confession. We don't knock heads as much anymore, because a big reason for this channel's success, by the way, is because of what Gary does, in addition to finding the information, but how he works. You may notice we post videos on the live tab and then also on a video tab. And sometimes, a lot of people don't have an hour to watch a show, but they really need to hear some. So Gary will pull out the heart of something really people need to know, and he'll stick it over there. Like the one he did the other day. We had Ted Postal on, who had
that's a
perfect
big example.
Show.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic, but some people don't have enough time to watch all that, but they need to know something. So he cut what we call a micro clip and put that on the video tab. And it has just exploded. Been by the biggest show we've ever had, right?
Yeah.
What is that up to right now?
Yeah, it's over. It's like over 600,000.
600,000.
Yeah. Yeah, Danny. So we just took 12 minutes out of it. Everybody wanted to know it. The reason everybody wanted to know, I'm not saying I'm a genius. There were so many headlines about what's up with this bunker buster thing. Can we actually get, I forget how many feet down it is.
300 feet
to hit it, and that's exactly what Ted explained. So anyway, there's an example of what we did. We just took out the bunker buster section and then highlighted that to make it easy for people to find.
So it is truly a collaborative partnership, and this is the way all. So anyway, I just wanted you guys to know there's a lot more going on there. But the bottom line is, we're really grateful for you, because without you, Gary and I will just be tweeting each other, texting each other back and forth, and just being frustrated and
like yelling at the sky.
Right, curses. But anyway, so again, just 200,000 thanks to you guys as we grow the Daniel Davis Deep Dive Army, because you're all a part of it, and look forward to the next 200,000, maybe even beyond.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. We'll see you on the next episode of Daniel Davis Deep Dive.